going to cook a whole chicken in the kettle charcoal grill. I cook a lot of different foods here. Briskets, burgers, steaks, ribs, but for the last couple months my family's favorite has been a whole chicken cooked over a hickory fire in the kettle grill, just like an outdoor oven. I do it with the BBQ Dragon's grilling and roasting stone for indirect cooking, and it's really simple and easy, so I'm going to do it right here. I've already rinsed this chicken. We've warmed it up a little bit out of the refrigerator. I did want to leave one thing which I want to remind you about because I often forget. Make sure you remove the giblets and neck from the interior of the chicken. Now, I have already rinsed the chicken. This is just a Hollywood special effect to remind you that this is an important issue. Your chicken's going to cook a lot better, it's going to taste a lot better without those giblets inside. Now, as far as spicing or flavoring the chicken beforehand, this is not a smoked or barbecued chicken. It's a roast chicken in the kettle grill over charcoal with a wood taste. I don't need a lot of spices as far as a barbecue flavor. Salt and pepper is going to be good. I'm using a kosher salt because the grains are much bigger and they're going to tend to stay on the skin rather than dissolve and run off as the fat renders out of this chicken. One thing I like to do is actually add some of that salt right down into the interior cavity, and then I salt the outside pretty well. Get salt on all the bits of skin, underneath his little arm, all over his back here. And you're patting the salt in, you're not rubbing it because you'll just rub it off if you try to rub it. Over here, Mr. Wing, under your arm. There's an underarm deodorant for chickens right there. Okay, so pretty liberal use of salt. Salt is nature's miracle for cooking. And the pepper in this case, I'm just using a fine pepper. I found that when I'm cooking with a relatively high temperature like I am this chicken, if I use fat pepper, it tends to burn, and this thin pepper turns to a flavor as the juices render right away. So that's kind of more what I'm looking for. And you can use apple. A lot of people like to use fruit woods for cooking poultry, like an apple or a peach, even a pecan. I find that it adds too much fruit flavor for a chicken for me. And so today I'm going to be cooking this chicken in hickory. That's made a really great smoke taste in this roast chicken, just a traditional barbecue flavor with hickory. So let's go start the grill and get cooking. So I've just dumped in a little less than a chimney full of charcoal, and I'm going to put in a pretty good sized hunk of hickory right on top of there. There we go. Now I'm going to add a brand new BBQ Dragon grill stone. Fits right inside there, goes just below the level of the grate. Now you see all that charcoal is hiding underneath, and that's what allows us to do this whole chicken without ever having to turn the chicken one time in the 90 minutes or so it's going to take us to cook it. Right on top of the grill stone goes a grate. Doesn't have to be a spin grate, but if you're using a spin grate, it's even more awesome. You can drop charcoal right in through here, and that's what the curve is for in the stone. So you can add and manipulate charcoal, you can add more wood, and we'll be doing that over the next 90 minutes. So the chicken sets right in the middle of that stone. It's going to be important to monitor the interior temperature of our grill while we're doing this roast chicken. I'd like to keep it 300, 350, something like that range. So I'm going to use a Bluetooth thermometer to see what the temperature is. I like to poke it through a lemon there to hold it up off the grill. So I'm going to pop that in, and I'm going to give it plenty of room to breathe until we see what the temperature is coming up at. So let's check on the temperature after it's gotten up to speed here in a few minutes. Our kettle grill with the roast chicken in it, it's about 306 degrees right now. I'd like it a little bit hotter, and I definitely like it a lot smokier. So I'm going to add a couple chunks of my hickory. I'm going to add a couple of briquettes and just heat it up and make it smokier. And also we'll have a look at this little guy here. Now, you know, when you're smoking, they say if you're looking, you're not cooking. And that's because smoker temperatures are are delicate, and if you open up your grill, because the charcoal is burning so lightly, it'll take a little while to get the grill back up to temperature, and then you actually lose some time in your smoking process. But since we're cooking at high temperatures here, 350, we're pumping out a lot of temperature. You can open up and peek at your chicken if you want to. So we'll drop a couple more of those wood chunks in here. Get the chunks right up there where they're going to be burning with the charcoal. There we go. All right, so yeah, immediately I got more smoke pouring out of here. We'll get the temperature back up 300, 350, and we got another 45 minutes or so for this roast chicken. We can see it's about halfway there. Smells great. All right, I'm gonna use my instant read thermometer. I'm gonna check in there at the junction of the thigh and the leg. We got 167, that's pretty good range. What about inside the breast in here? 170. Yeah, perfect. I like it. A little bit in here. 155 about there. I think this chicken is good to come out. The outside looks terrific. I'll bet that skin is nice and crispy. And I'm gonna put it on the cutting board, let it cool down for a few minutes, and then we're gonna try it. Okay, so this chicken has been resting about 10 minutes right now. It's cooled down, and I can't wait to try it. So I'm gonna flip that guy over so we have the breast right here, and then cut down. Oh yeah, that is very loose meat. The joints are loose right there. See how I'm able to separate the leg immediately from the thigh. So those things are just right. Very nice. Now let's just carve off this breast here too, because the breast is the tricky part of the roast chicken. Sometimes by the time you cook the rest of the chicken, the breast is overcooked. But we're gonna try this right now. Oh, that is just flaking off. It looks delicious. I'm gonna try this piece right here. Oh, that breast is completely juicy, not at all overcooked. It's really perfect. That is a very nice piece of meat right there. Yeah. Slice off you see how the breast is just flaking off right there. That is perfectly done. And the taste of the hickory smoke is really wonderful in there. It's a mild taste, and yet no question, this is a chicken that has been cooked in smoke. And that is great. And I can see why my family loves this chicken. It's super easy. You do it in your kettle grill, and it comes out better than any other method that we've tried of cooking chicken. Super easy. So let's see about the leg here too. The leg also, the meat just flakes right off there. That's beautiful. And we'll try a little bit of that. Now the leg is even smokier than that breast. It's picked up a lot more of the hickory flavor. The salt's just perfect. That's a good chicken. So roast chicken inside your charcoal kettle grill, and probably be the best roast chicken that you ever do.